Hey everybody, this is Dennis from Elgin Network LLC, and welcome to another video. I've been a little bit busy for the last couple weekends, so unfortunately I haven't had time to do a recording, but today I've got a whole lot of stuff that we've been piling up here from Mr. Postman. And this is pretty much the last stuff that I've been ordering for a while, and then I'm going to start doing videos on all the different kits and different things that I've been purchasing. So I can show them, go through them, work on them, show you what they can do and all that. So I'm going to be making a whole bunch of videos now with all the stuff that I've been getting. And it's everything from the Arduinos that I've been getting. I've got some new what we call Raspberry Pi alternatives, and a bunch of ham radio stuff. So a little bit of everything for everybody. That's kind of what I do. Besides computers, like I said, my channel is more of for a little bit of everything that's electronics. I like, hobbies of ham radio, computers, hobby and job. I also like doing drones and doing stuff with drones and doing special stuff with those. License for that. So anyways, let's get on with today's wonderful fun stuff. And these are things that I buy. I suggest if you're doing different things that it's stuff that you may want to look at getting and using. So here we go. And one of the things on the list here is these are cords, and you get them like this. They're in a double roll like this. They're very strong. They kind of have a wax on the outside of them, so it makes them very good for putting wire antennas up in trees. So I would suggest if you want to get something like these. These are Handy Hundreds. They're a company that a lot of us ham radios operators use. It's a very good company. These work very well for temporary stuff. I suggest, some people don't, some people do, but I've been doing it for a long time. If you're going to hang an antenna for a long period of time, I would suggest using paracord. The reason why is because they have different weights on them. They're basically, for those who don't know, it's kind of like a cloth on the outside, and then it has nylon and I forget what else, strings that are on the inside. So each line of the paracord can hold 200 to about 700 pounds each. So that's what they use with parachutes, and that's how they're designed not to tangle if you do it right. They can handle a lot of weight each cord. So if you have 10 or 20 of these coming from a parachute down to you, I mean, I think, it can well do over your weight and handle everything. So that's why I suggest paracord for a long period of time. Now, yes, you have to keep an eye on it because there are other problems with paracord, such as squirrels trying to eat at it or stuff like that. It takes a while for it to get that bad. Sometimes the outside starts deteriorating, sometimes depending on how long it's been there, and so you want to check it. I mean, with any cords that you use anyways to hang an antenna, you want to check it. I mean, I check them at least twice a year for mine, but I got a lot of other stuff that I'm going to show you that is not permanent, but it can be semi-permanent, or I could put it up each day and take it down each day because it's so easy and so fast to do. But anyways, I suggest getting this. This is 200 right here. I forgot what the price is on this, but it wasn't really that expensive, but it is a very good product. So I suggest getting that if you're going to hang antennas. One of the other things I got, it's kind of for our office, but it's been pretty good and it's been working great. And This is what I call a portable scanner. This particular one I like. It's got a nice USB battery pack that comes in and out here. And this is as big as it gets. It came with the SD card. This is a full size with a small one in it. So you pop it in there, you can charge it up, and it's ready to go. And what I use these for, actually I haven't had one in a while, but it would drive me nuts when I get, pardon me, when I get people's cards and I forget where I put them. So what I've done is I've gotten this so I can scan the business cards I get. So if I kind of misplace it, well, I got it here, and then I put it on the computer, and then I can bring it up through there because I don't normally misplace my computer. So anyways, it comes with this. It comes with a power cord. Here we go. Comes with this power cord and adapter, and it's got US and Europe and Australia, and I forgot who else, but it's got all the plugs in it. It also comes with a little bag to put it in to keep it safe and clean. So anyways, that's one of the other things. I mean, if you want to get, it wasn't that expensive. I think this was 40 bucks, which they make smaller ones. But I was just simply amazed at how those smaller ones were like, they wanted 100, 200, 300. It's like, holy crap, I just want to copy little cards. But anyways, so this is what I got. It works. It's a pretty good product. So if something you want to look for, you can get it on eBay or Amazon. So we got that. I got here, this is a test board. And I'm going to try pulling it out because I just got this and I haven't looked at it yet. So let me get this open here. This is a small test board to put together, and you can put different things on it. And it comes with these antenna adapters, if you can see that right there. It also comes with different plugs, but you're going to have to solder those on to the board. And I'll show you the board in a second here. And what this is for is you can make different what we call chokes and stuff like that. You can make all kinds of different filtering and stuff for your amateur radio. And basically you create with this board here, and you can see where the antennas go on it, and then in here is a soldering pattern that you can then go to the different antennas to test to see. Some of us use the signal generators, we use oscilloscopes, we use, well, here's some parts, surface mounts that fell out. These are, it looks like they're capacitors because that's what we use, capacitors and coils. But anyways, these actually are test boards. They come with pins, they come with the antennas, and I'll show you what we use them with. For those who really get into the hobby, if you want to make your own antennas and stuff like that, or even if you buy one, you still want to check it. What I suggest is I have a smaller one of this, and this is the big one. This is the Nano VNA, which is a virtual network analyzer. What we use these for is testing antennas. We can test circuits with it for antennas and stuff. So it's a great little thing, and let me turn around and let you see. So you can see it allows us to do real time of scanning different frequencies and different things, and so that's what we use these for. This one's got a bigger screen, it's a touch screen, it's easier to see than my old original one, which you can get this, which is a smaller one. So as you can see, the size difference between the two. But I decided to go with the bigger one now. because there's other neat things that it does too. But that little board that I showed you, we connect onto here, and we can make different filters, and we can use different stuff for tests of antennas and so forth. I won't get into details right now, but I'll bore you to death, and plus I'll probably lose people. But anyways, later on I'll be doing some more stuff with this to show you. But it's again another fairly inexpensive, good piece of equipment to have with you. Now, mind you, it's not as fully accurate as the ones that we use on commercial stuff and everything, such as the AP analyzers. But again, they're, I mean, this is $70 compared to some of them starting at 30,000 and going up. So yeah, that would be definitely out of everybody's price range, unless you're working on it every day. But these are becoming so popular, and what we use them for, they're great. They're very accurate to what we need. They can span the whole antenna frequency that you set up in it, and see where, like for instance, if you're looking for SWR, it'll tell you what frequencies and at what point SWR is either 1 to 1 or right where you want it to be. And it'll show you where the high points are. So basically, you know where it's tuned to without having to use a antenna tuner. So again, a great piece of equipment. It comes in this box right here, this one right there. And it comes with, and I will open this up and hoping none of it will fall out. Let me make sure I can get these in here tight. But it comes with, and I'll try to, there we go. It comes with these cables here. These are 2 cables. It comes with a small USB adapter. So this is a C to C adapter. It also came with, yeah, I already have it out, but there's also another one that's a USB C to regular USB for your computer so you can charge it. It comes with this little like wrist strap and pick, because that's what you can use to tap on the screen, or you can use your finger. So depends on how you want to do that. You can tie it onto the unit itself. Over here, you have the different components. What these are is you have to calibrate it. So these are calibrating pins, and so one is an open, one is a short, and then one is a 50 ohm load. And then you've got your barrel connector here to put the 2 males together, or 2 females together. Because there's another test that you do where these 2 actually go together, it gives you a loop. Then there's another test you do where they're just sitting open by themselves. But that's how you calibrate it. This is all the neat stuff that comes with it. They give you a little chart here. They're trying to make it easy for you to understand how to operate this on this great little chart. Unfortunately, you can actually get lost in it. So you may want to use this, but I would suggest after a couple times using it, it becomes quite easy to start remembering all of it. So it comes with that. The actual unit came in this, which is kind of like it's a very soft plastic, so it doesn't scratch it. So that's how that comes. So I would suggest, I mean, if you're gonna do a lot of antenna work or want to get really serious, I would suggest getting one of these. The club that I'm with here, the radio club, one of the guys was having an issue, and we were all talking about, hey, get one of those. You know, you'll find where the noise is coming from and see where the noise level is at, so you know what frequency, and find out why it's disturbing his piece of equipment. So again, very handy for a lot of different things. Got here, this is again things that you want to collect and hang on to, because what this does is I can grab any piece of wire and usually you want to start at about 10 meters and go upward. This is a 49-to-1 vellum, and it will work from 5 to 35 megahertz. It's used for end-fed antennas. You got your coax that goes in here. You got this, which you could put either hang, or you can have on the ground with a stake to hold it here, and then your end-fed antenna goes onto here. And why they have two connectors here, I'm still trying to figure out how they wired this. Normally we have one connector going to antenna, another connector go to ground. They may just have this both in the same point. I'm not sure. One goes along ground, the other one goes up, and this is kind of the split between them. I don't know. I still have to look into it more. But again, this was, what was it? This was about 50 bucks. But again, it makes it easier to tune your antenna, and pretty much it'll allow you to grab any piece of wire that may be 10 meters or longer, and you should be able to use it and get out for emergencies. So that's why I get a lot of this stuff, so that I can play with it, use it, because you never know when you're going to need some of this stuff. And I get it. Everybody still sits there and goes, oh, why ham radio? You know, we got everything today. Well, yeah, we got everything today, but I've already been in situations where we've had nothing. I mean, if you have a very severe storm, such as what we're having down in the south and the east here in the States, they can wipe out everything. The storms can wipe out power, phone, and okay, well, I got my cell phone. I can use my cell phone. Great, but guess what? Cell phone needs, the towers need power. They do have backup to a certain point. And depending on where they're being wired to and how they're being wired, they still maybe get torn down, either electrically or physically. So even though we have great technology today, we still have to remember, just like a lot of other important things, redundant systems. Your cell phone is just one thing. If the cell phone system goes down, what are you going to do? I don't see a lot of payphones anymore, A, and if they work after a storm, and B, a lot of people don't even have a landline anymore, and even in the days of landline, those would go down. Just before we all went to cell phone and cell phone only alone, you know, your cell phone's not the end all be all, and everybody's got to understand that. And I don't know how we get it through people's heads. I mean, technology's gone so fast, and people don't think, what do I do when this stuff is gone? And so that's why there's people like myself and other people who like the old hobbies and the old stuff, because that's where it's going to come from. Emergency communications is going to come from people like myself and other people who know how to communicate in many different ways and have many different things to communicate with. So anyways, great deal, great thing to have. I picked up a what is this? This is the charging cable for the Baofeng radios with the extended battery. This is a 2.5 millimeter plug that goes in on the side of the battery, and then you can plug this into the computer or into your car charger to charge your battery on your Baofeng. And this is on the extended batteries, the big tall batteries. So we got that. I got some what we call optocouplers. As you can see, they're little white integrated circuits. These are 6-pin connectors. What these are used for, and again, I'm going to have projects where I'm going to show you, these help to isolate. For people who don't know what these are, they're a great thing, and you got to read up on them. But this is the wonder of knowing how to use stuff like this, and why you want to know how certain parts work. And my focus is going crazy. Because when you work with two different circuits, such as your computer and connecting up to a radio. There's certain things that do happen electrically. One of them is that we have issues with what we call ground faults, and that's because of the way the electricity is being passed between everything. And so what we do with these is we use these where if you have two different voltages, you have different grounds in the way they're laid out, or different power the way it's laid out. This can be the crossover between two different sections, or two different types of voltages and everything. And the reason why we use optocouplers is because what's inside of these is kind of like an LED light, or it can be an infrared light going to another material such as a infrared receiver, or it's kind of like a transistor, a light transistor, and that light is the only thing doing it, so it can't destroy anything. I mean, light's not going to destroy anything with inside of this. But if you have a mechanical or electrical to electrical, again, you can get sparks, you can get shorts, you can get opens, but these we use for integrating between different types of circuits, voltages, and stuff like that. So they're great things to have if you want to use them. If not, that's fine. You can buy stuff already made, but I like to get things, I like to build things my way, so I know it's better than what somebody says theirs is. Again, these were, I think, $6 for these, for a package of 20. Yeah, this was a package of 20. And there are things that you can use these for a lot of different projects and to play with and learn. So again, not a lot of money. It's a part that you're probably going to see and use in different pieces of equipment. They are used quite often and stuff. These are through-hole, the older type. They do come in surface mounts. There are a lot of these in certain products and certain stuff to, again, work with the different voltages and different sections of a computer or of a radio or stuff like that. So anyways, I would suggest getting those. I picked up 3-point variable capacitor. I'm going to be making up some projects with these, but if you want to get these, you can get these. If you don't, that's fine. I'm just showing you what I got them for. What I'm going to be using them on is I'm going to be making some different antennas again, and we use these to adjust a trap within the antenna to help tune it. What you see these in a lot of is loops, so they use these in loops a lot. So again, it's something, if you want to get it, you get it. You don't, they're getting quite expensive. That one was luckily $16, but the bigger and higher they go, the more expensive they are, because those have been around a long time. Those were used on radios back in the 20s, 30s. So that's how long those have been around. They were used on tube radios, tube systems back in the day when radio started. So that's how old those are. Now these are new, what we call new old stock. So they're still available. You can still get them. If you want to buy them and do projects, you can do that. It's always fun to get stuff to work on. You know, the more you can get your hands on, the better you are, and you understand and you learn. Anyways, I got another one here, and this one here actually has a gear, as you can see right there. There we go, black gear right there. And what that does is when you turn it, it allows it to fine tune, and as you can see, it's coming up slowly as I turn it, so it's easier to tune with this one, and the gear makes it so nice and smooth. This one was quite expensive because of the gearing. Again, we got it because I'm going to be doing some projects on it, show people, so you can still get old stuff, you can still use it today. So it's fun to get stuff like this. It's fun to use stuff like this. you know that when you need something like this, you're going to have it. Alright, let's see here. This is a... I can open it. Oh, I didn't open it. Okay. Any equipment? Okay, please contact us below. Okay. Let me see what's in here. It's been a while since I've seen some of this and forgot what I ordered. Hate when it happens. Okay. Oh, yep. Yeah, I remember. I can open this up. Brand new, in the package. I had to cut it. So what this is you're gonna probably like using these a lot. This is a LCD screen with buttons on it, and it has the variable so that you can adjust for the screen brightness. It has the pins on back here. Let me get this off here. So it can be a shield. As you can see, the pins are set up for the Arduino. We use these. They already are set up. We just get a program for it, and you can use this to, in my case with this, I'm going to be using it to look at frequencies on equipment. So I'm going to plug it in, program the Arduino so that it can be used to adjust frequencies, kind of a VFO. So that's why I got that. So these are things you're going to see, you're probably want to get. They're all over the place. But when you start getting into a lot of different hobbies and a lot of different things, you'll see these a lot. About 40 bucks for these. You could probably make them for cheaper if you know where to get all the parts. It's just easier for me to get it instead of putting this together and then putting the project together that I'm doing. I'm just trying to speed things up. But anyways, that's what this is. And we got here, this is magnet wire in many different sizes. What I use these for, and you may or may not use these, it all depends on the type of things that you do. These are different size wires, and the reason why is because on equipment you have coils, and that's what these are used for, is to make coils of different things. Also you have RF chokes. RF chokes are basically a little ring, which I've showed you on some of my projects. That's a magnet, and you take the wire and it gets looped around this magnet, and you have either 2 ends or 3 ends, or some are fancy where you have little ends going all the way around it, and then they get hooked up to a switch so that it has the different impedance levels with the coils. But I get that because I make some of my own coils, chokes, things like that. So again, they're inexpensive, but they're different sizes, many different sizes, because depending on what you want the choke to do, you have to use different size wires, different size magnets. I got that because I've got everything else and I do stuff like that. I'll have a video probably sometime this year. I've got a whole stuff already listed out on how to make those chokes and everything. So be something you want to watch and something you want to understand. Everybody gets confused on them a lot of times the first time around on how to wind chokes, but I'll try to make it as easy as possible and show you what we still use them for. They're still used in electronics. They eventually go away, but they're still needed in certain things until they can come up with a special integrated circuit that can replace it. That's what we use. For a lot of different things, there has been integrated circuits replacing them already, but not everything. So anyways, that's that. I got myself a AD3833. It's a DDS signal processor. So I'm going to be using that on a project. These are $10, I think. This is another type of signal processor with the antennas on it and the pins already. So this again, this is AD 9833, but just a different way that it's packaged. Again, the different things use different packages, so I got those. They're like $10 each. What else we got here? Oh, with some of the LEDs that you can get, the 16 by 2s, they have extensions on them. So what we do with those is, on those extensions, you can actually add numbers for different things. So this is kind of, you know, a neat way of stretching it out a little bit on some things. And we'll show you what these are used for, but again, these are just different stuff that I buy. I put it aside for the projects, and you'll see what they get used in. But again, these are two-piece. They're max 72. They're used for doing digits for anything like a signal generator, or not a signal generator, SWR meter. It can do a signal processor. You can use it on, so you know what the megahertz are, or kilohertz, or however you're doing it. It'll display on here, and you can use that. And let's see what else we got. Transformer. I'll show what that's going to be used for. I use these transformers because I make these circuits that help to reduce grounding issues between sound cards and equipment. So I bought these so I can hand make one, and then I can also show you the kits that are pre-made, depending on how you want to do it. But I'm going to show you how and why it works and the way it works, and then show you how you can get it in other ways. This took me a while to get, but for those who know radios, this is the programmer. These are starting to get harder and harder to get, but why I don't know. The radios are a billion around, but this is for Motorola radios, to program different Motorola radios. So that's one of the things I get and use, so I ended up getting that. And I like to travel, so I have decided to get this finally. I do have the actual buddy pole, but I decided to order this, which is this is the buddy stick. And these are great. They've been around a while now, and a lot of people use these. You can make yourself a complete portable system, go out somewhere, and that is what you get in it. It gives you all the mass, your antenna pieces, your coil, your clips, and then on the other side, this side here, you've got the clamp, you got the ground stick, and you got the different wires for the ground and for hanging up, or not, actually this one is the wires for the ground, different lengths for the grounds, radials, and then you have the I think the whip is in here also. Oh no, it's these. Yeah. So Buddy Pole makes these. They're different size telescoping whips, so you can adjust for your frequency. So you can take this whole little thing here, and this particular one is the Deluxe, which basically you can take this, it's a tripod, or you can keep it together like this, and you can put it into the ground, and then all those poles go up on it, and then you can use this for your ham radio for a vertical. Yeah, here's the one mount with the ground wire, or yeah, basically it's a ground wire or whatever you want to call it. I call them ground wires, but it has to have that. They give you the spacers for the different sections, so yeah, it all comes in there and it's pretty much ready to go. You just need to, I had it in this one. Maybe I don't. Maybe I think I took it out. Have to look. Yeah, I think I took it out. But there's a chart for this to help you with the coil. You put these little clips on, and then this goes into those clips, and that's how you adjust it. And as you can see, they got markers on here, and you can adjust your coil so you can tune the stick into the frequency that you want to use. So I got this. These are, no idea, they're not cheap, but for people like myself who like to go out, we can take these with. Again, I do a lot of emergency services stuff at times. They're great for that. I pretty much take half of my equipment and hook it up immediately and start working either HF or VHF or UHF. You know, something like I got this little guy here. You know, this is one of the newer type of all band radios. This particular model here, this is just HF. But again, it's a portable unit. I've used it already. It goes up to, I think, 20 watts, I think it is. And I've used this one already. I already got a couple contacts just in voice alone on it. But again, that's what I use. It has a battery built into it, very low power, and it works a very long way. I think, again, that's the paperwork with the chart in it. All right, here's your paracord. This is what I was talking about. This is paracord. And what paracord is used for, and got a long video. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, this one here, they've got a nice wrap with it. You can buy this in a lot of the better camping stores still, but all it is just, you know, this stuff here. This has been melted, but as you can see, it's a kind of a cloth outside, nylon cloth on the outside, and inside there's strings that are kind of like raveled, and that's what gives it the strength. And I think this one has 7. Yeah, should have 7. And this can handle, each one of these can handle 550 pounds. So if you take this and cut it all into the same length, each one of these pieces of cord is going to handle 550 pounds. So very, very light and extremely strong. And that's what the military uses all over the world. You use them on parachutes for just about everything you drop out of the sky. Uses paracord. There's also paracord on a lot of packs, all kinds of stuff. It's used for a lot of different things. I got an MFJ 915. This is a 1-to, yeah, this is a 1-to-1 Bellum. So I got that. So I can help with trying to get antennas matched to 50 ohms. So again, these are around 50-60 bucks, but they're worth the money because they're used a lot in a lot of different antennas, and I would highly suggest getting it. Got myself a little USB 3 to M2 disc. So there's the case. It's a little metal case that I put, where'd it go? You put one of these in. Now this is green. The better ones are blue. I'm just using these for different tests, different stuff. This is 120 gig. You can get these up to terabytes now. But these are little skinny, like flash memory. That's what they are. They're SSD, and they go into this case. So you can either put this in. There's computers and all kinds of things that have slots for these that you put them in now, or you can put them in a case and use them kind of like as a portable with your Raspberry Pi or your Pi alternatives. Use these a lot now. They're either built into them, or actually you can put them into them, or you can use them external. So got those, and I'll be using those on some projects. Oops. And I picked up another SATA 5.2 SATA drive, USB 3 enclosure for the 2.5 SATA drives. So I can get this stuff cheaper than buying it all together, so that's why I got it. Again, these aren't that expensive. I think these were $20 for this, and then you can put whatever size SSD card in it. I got some heavy solid ground wire here, 12 gauge, 100 feet. Oh, I'm sorry, this one's 25. Yeah, I didn't need 100. This is 25. What this is used for is ground. I have to set up a new ground here. Some still use the home ground, but I found working on electrical circuits in homes at times, they're not always complete. So you may think you're on the home ground and you're not. It's only just another extra wire floating around somewhere. So we make separate grounds for stuff, and that's what we use. Oh, okay. I got those from, boy. I guess I'll figure. Oh, okay, that's for the scanner. Scanner comes with this too. And that came with the scanner. And that came with the scanner. And I picked up some more stuff. This was $48.95. I got the older version, but this is the G5 RV Junior. This is used for 40 meter, 10 meter antenna. This company works with another company, but for $50, it's a great antenna, and I love it. But they've done some really good job with redesigning all this. They used to use 300 ohm. This is the 450 with the windows in it, and they've used a heavier wire on this with a coating on it. So I picked up one of these. Again, they're not that expensive, but they're good to have in case you need to get radio communications out. And then I bought what we call the G5 LT, which is the G5 RV Lite. And the difference in this one and that one is, this one is 10 feet longer, but it does 80 meters. So this one goes from 6 to 80, that one goes only from 6 to 40. So I get the extra 2 bands in this that I can use, especially 80 meter, because 80 meter you can use almost all the time. I've never seen 80 meter actually shut down. So that's one of the frequencies, and then the other one is 160, but this is 67 feet. When you get to antennas that are going to need 160, you're at almost 200 feet. So, and that's how long they get. So, got that. Picked up some rings here. And what these are used for is, I'm not going to drag them out, but I'm sure some of you have seen them. What these are used for is these will go with my antenna masts that I got, which are 4-foot fiberglass military masts, and these are guy rings. So when you're building it, you can put these, drop these in, and the mast goes through here, and it stays in one place. So you put these every so many feet, and this comes in a package of 4, and they're fiberglass, so they'll last a long time. So I got those. I got 40, I got about 40 feet of mass, and then I've got extras for the tripod, and it's all military. They're fiberglass poles, so you have 3 poles with the, I'll show you in a minute, the antenna stand and all that. So I got that. I got a cover. One of my radios, they built a fan underneath it. And unfortunately, if you go to move it and you're not paying attention when the fan's running, it's going to hurt your fingers really hard. So we buy these little filters here to put in so it stops your fingers from hitting the fans. Got that. And I got, oh yeah, here we go. This is there's actually 2 of them in here, I think. Yeah, there's 2 of them, but these again are tiny variable capacitors. And as you can see, it's pretty much brand new. It's just, they're old. They just never got bought or anything, and so these are great things to have. So I got one of those. What else did I pick up? Got myself a little. This is a 2-meter, 440 and 1.2 megahertz antenna that I'm going to use on one of the boxes that I have for allowing you to connect your radio to the internet and going to either D-Star or DMR radio, and you can talk around the world. But I got one of these to put on a piece of equipment that I'm going to build for it. Took me a dummy load. You should always get yourself a dummy load so that when you test equipment, you're not radiating out, but at the same time you can still test it and you still have 50 ohms. So I suggest getting one of those. I had one and lost it. Here's, oh, I forgot this one. Okay, this is another company. I think it's Grievoly, I think they call this. But anyways, I gotta forgot I had this one sitting here. This is basically like a Baofeng. Just somebody else putting their name on it. Comes like this. Gives you the extra battery. Gives you the mic. They give you charger. Master charger. They give you the clip to put on it. Little headphones and mic and programmer. So it's a complete kit. I wanted to get it to see how it is, but when I got it, I was trying to read it and of course didn't tell you anything. So I'm going, wow, that looks familiar. So when I got it, I'm like, it's a UV5R. So basically, it's a Baofeng that somebody else bought, and they put their name on it. So I picked it up. So hope everybody liked the video. I'm going to be having, like I said, a lot more stuff to get doing, and please like, and see you soon, and thank you, and have a good week.